Have you guys ever seen that one weird doctor that does some kind of unorthodox method to keep mana in check? Well, look no further as per Okusama no Kaifukujutsu, the animation part 1 is, the one for you. So, to give you a quick scenario, so that all starts in like, this looks like in the old age, in the old era of Japan, where it turns out like everyone living in a peaceful village, and we have like this adventurer by the name of Shion. Now, Shion was given birth without powers, and his parents do have powers, and because of that, they sensed there was a problem. So they decided to send Shion into a family home where we have a doctor by the name of Ray. Ray is the wife of, well, this guy, which we're gonna see very soon. And not gonna lie, this guy did not give me the impression of a guy. It actually gave me the impression of a fanboy. And as you guys can see in this scenario, in this very first scenario, we see him walking around the town with a dead bunny, and everyone looks around him like, "Oh, look, he's the new guy in town." And he looks like he came home from an adventure because you can see the bruises on his face and whatnot. And he ended up stopping because someone calls him out and asks him if he wants to wants to play a little bit because there's these two magical toots. And he ended up running off because he doesn't know what to do. And Homeboy was a virgin at this time period, mind y'all. And he ended up doing something like, he ended up gaining the powers later on, but he just can't control it for some weird reason. So let me give you a little bit of like facts about their show, right? So those two you've seen right there, they're P words, basically they're toots. And they can use because in this era there was no contraceptives. So you have to literally come up with spells on how to use basically feed us, delete us. If we're being honest here, that's exactly what it is. They don't use like like pills and or like birth controls. No, none of that. They use literal spell and magic spells to, if they get ejaculated inside, they won't get pregnant. So we see Ray here, and she was like doing a service for one of the adventurers to keep their mana in check, and she's doing this while she's married, mind you, and this is crazy. So they having dinner, and Ray's talking about sharing her food with Shinu over here, and Shinu is like very much attracted. He's very drawn to this woman, and also we got this pops here, but it looks like her dad, and this is the green hair fanboy I was talking about. It looked like he got a titty on it. Not gonna lie to tell y'all, that's her husband. Her husband is like very passive. He doesn't seem like the confrontational type. He just looks very chill, and I'm gonna like to tell y'all. But I thought, because the way he looks so feminine, I thought that was like a sister or cousin or like a very distant childhood friend. And his name is Soya. Soya is basically her husband, and she tells him, listen, I'm a specialist in sexual mana regeneration. In case they get out of control, I keep them in check. So Brody is very much drawn to this woman, and mind you, and this next scene, she's walking around the town, and she looks like she's coming back from somewhere, like she's picking up groceries in the market. Well, she's picking up groceries, and then when she walks up, she's hearing something that seems to be very off. And of course, she hears this, and she ended up witnessing homie piping down the same girl who you will see in the first scenario with the purple hair. He was going in deep in them goods, and she was whispering in his ear, basically telling him, well, listen, I know you like someone because you don't thrust that desperately, especially when you're trying to think about that one person. But no worries, I'm gonna be here to help you forget that person. And while she whispering sweet nothings in this man's ear, she ended up just looking. She just ended up watching this for, I would say, what it felt like hours in her head. it looks like no more than 5 minutes. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna just keep it a bean. So she ended up stopping this, and mid-stroke, he ended up twisting his neck and sees her, and he stops because she then realized, hey, listen, this is maybe my fault for all your sexual pent-up aggression that you've been holding on for some time. And then the husband consoles her, and he's like, well, listen, it's all good. Don't worry about it. It's just a matter of time. And in this next scene, oh my goodness, it's gonna get only wild from here. So in the last scene, she was like, "Skit, I'm about to go upstairs." So she ended up busting through the door. See, Shion was like literally stroking his meat, and bro was like, "Hey, what the hell are you doing?" So she was like, "Nah, that I'm about to take that meat." And all of a sudden they ended up having, well, doing the intercourse while the husband is down the stair, well, down in the basement, or looks like a library. And that's the weirdest part of it all, the fact that she's married, and homie was just out of control. His pent up aggression is like opening the floodgates that the dam has been holding back for centuries, and decided to finally flood the earth. That's how it looked like. And that is it. That's pretty much it. Although I don't understand why there was never a part two. I mean, it was good. The animation was awesome, by the way. I enjoy it. And this was none other than Pink Pineapple. Shout out to Pink Pineapple, by the way, because they always come up. They're always cooking. They always cooking. I think they always like do the greatest, one of some of the greatest animations. And too bad that there was no part two. I would love to see a part two. Hey, Pink Pineapple, if you're watching this video, please make a part two. I'm sure there must be a manga somewhere, or a part somewhere there must be a part two to be made, because I want to know what's happening. I want to know what happened or where it leads to this. You can't just leave us hanging like that. And the fact that the wife and the husband, I mean, their marriage is kind of weird. It looks more like an open marriage more than anything, because the wife is a doctor, a man, a doctor that basically, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. She's basically a toots too, because she does this like as a regular thing, and she does this in a very clinical and precise manner too, without any emotion whatsoever. But yet you go and fall for Shion. That makes any sense at all? But anyways, I guess that is pretty much it. I would really like to see a part two. I want to know if this is like a one-time thing, or would be like an ongoing affair, to the point where the husband might actually just be cucked, and Sharon will just do whatever he pleases. And I would like to see if the wife like stops it also, if it's like a one-time thing, just to control his manner. But then again, we will never know, because the part two never came out. But although I would really love to see a part two on this, especially with this animation, I would love to see that. That would be great. I appreciate it if you guys can do that. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this show. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this animation was trash? Do you think this animation was amazing? In my honest opinion, I think the animation was great. I mean, the whole character build up was again a bit strange, but again it was good. So that's all I gotta say. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. I am going to come up with a new series soon. But again, I might do Dropout, because Dropout, not gonna lie, that's a rare gem. That's a classic right there. And I actually rewatched it recently, and I've noticed some things that I never noticed before. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. We are very close to 1,000 subscribers. This is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I really am so happy that we reached this far. I would love to reach 1,000 subs before Christmas. I mean, if you guys can make that come through, because I've seen like almost 95% of y'all not subscribing, and only like 5% have. That'd be great. I appreciate it if you guys subscribe to the channel, and also ring the notification bell for more content. Until then, peace out. Enjoy the rest of your weekend too.